I made some mistakes. I made some mistakes. A lot of lessons learned. The first mistake, we're going to come off right now and say, I f***ed up and recorded this entire trip, this entire experience vertically. Why did I do that? I never record anything vertically, but for some reason, my mind just into the damn ether and decided that I'm going to record the beginning and the end and the middle and the fun vertically. We had a trip planned to Thailand, and I was super excited to go on it, and I learned a lot about traveling, about preparation, about not winging things. I've done a lot of the things in my life. I got to stop doing that. This trip was a really good lesson as to why, but let's just dive right in and explain that. First of all, check-in was dope, smooth, man. I had like a bounce in my step, bro. Like I'm like in my head, yo, I'm on vacation mode. Don't nobody talk to me. Don't nobody just, yo, if it ain't about drinking, having fun, I don't want to hear it right now, bro. But as you can see, I just bounce, bro. Just bounce with it. Even TSA couldn't get me mad because I finally signed up for TSA pre-check because I was tired of standing in long ass lines, and TSA pre-check was worth it. Got right through that line. I think I was in and out of security in like 3 minutes, fastest I've ever done it. Yo, whenever you traveling, pay for comfort. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know some of this ish can get really expensive. Like, I know on this plane, if you wanted to get to first class on the Korean Airlines, it was something like $6,000. I wasn't playing that down, but I can understand why people would put that down, because your whole mindset is like so influenced by how you get to a destination. You don't want to arrive to a destination jet lagged with your knees hurting, all scrunched up like your whole body got arthritis because you was in like a little ass seat. Here's another thing that I messed up on. They gave me the headphones, or there was a cart before you get onto the airplane where you pick up your headphones, and I picked them up, and I was like, bet, as long as I got movies, this flight should be smooth. I sat down, took out my headphones, was getting ready to watch, I think, Aquaman or something like that, and I go to put it in, and I'm like, where the is the plug-in? Where's the aux jack, right? Because they give you those like old 3.5 millimeter headphones. So I'm like, where do I even put this thing in at? There was a little small circle that was on the screen. I had to look like an idiot, bro. You could see me. I was on the middle aisle seat, right? So I'm in the middle section, but on the aisle. So a lot of people around me can see me with my headphones in my hand, trying to figure out where I gotta plug this damn thing at. And I'm trying to stick it in this little ass hole, but it ain't going that far. It's like getting in this far and then it's stopping. And I'm like the dude I'm like the kid with the square block and the triangle hole, and I'm just like, and it wasn't going. So then finally I was like, all right, enough of looking stupid. I'm gonna just drop this right here, and I guess I'll look around and see what everybody else is doing. So for 4 hours, I'm just watching the screen, just silently watching Aquaman. Let me tell you, Aquaman, I still ain't seen the movie because I ain't hear the sound to it, but it don't hit the same when you can't hear the boo and the whatever the hell Jason Momoa likes to do with it. And his craziness, bro. It just didn't hit the same. So then I get up, I go to the bathroom, and as I, do my thing and I'm walking back down the aisle, I peep that somebody kind of had like, they had the headphones that we had gotten on the outside of the plane, and they had like, it was going this way for some reason. I couldn't see what they had put it into, but it was going back towards them. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna try one more thing before I just give up. Sat down in my seat, got the headphones back out, and I happened to look at the little armrest, which again, I wish a stewardess would have came around and checked on me and would have been like, hey, sir, how you doing? I see you not watching nothing. You're just staring at a screen, right? You do know that the plug is in the armrest, right? There's a little bigger hole that's right there that you stick your headphones into and you'd be good to go. So what did I do? I stuck it in. Booyah! It was like the heavens unlocked. And I was just like, I'm an idiot, bro. I'm probably the only person on this plane who did not know that the headphones didn't work. I thought we was on a busted plane. Not gonna lie. I was mad at the airline. I was like, why are you gonna put me on a busted plane for 14 hours with no audio? Y'all know that's the only thing that get people through this. So to recap, I left, I want to say something like 9 a.m. on a Thursday from LaGuardia, hit Chicago, hit Seoul, and then landed in Bangkok, and it was 8 at night on Friday. I've been on the plane for like over a day. So I land in Bangkok. I'm super excited, yo. I'm trying to get outside. I'm trying to do some things. I'm trying to see the nightlife. I'm trying to see what the excitement about Thailand is about, right? I get to the hotel, I want to say around 10 o'clock. My homeboy is already in town. So I hit him up, and I'm like, yo, I'm here. Let's get dressed. Let's go outside. He says, I'm here. My stomach's messed up. I'm staying inside. Yeah. So my brother, he's still on the way, so he can't even come out yet. And the other homeboy that met was my homeboy's homeboy. So I didn't even know him like that yet. And he was already out doing his own thing. So now it's just me. And I'm like, well, I'm not staying in the hotel on a Friday, especially after I just flew for 20 something hours. No, I'm going outside. So I was like, yo, where do I need to go? He'd already been to Thailand a bunch of times, and I was like, where should I go? He told me to hit up a spot called Soy Cowboy. I think that was the strip, the name of the strip, right? So I was like, bet. He didn't give me an address. He just told me where to go. Typed it in. I think I found the right address. Got dressed, went down, found me a taxi, pulled out some baht. Hey, take me to this spot right here. Once he drops me off, because I like in my head, I'm thinking strip, right? Like I'm gonna know the strip because it's gonna be flashing lights, it's gonna be a lot of activity, it's gonna be lit. You know when you hit the strip. That's not where I got dropped off at, man. I got dropped off under an underpass somewhere where it was busy, but it was like people going about their lives busy. So now I'm just kind of standing on the side of the sidewalk looking around, you know, like what the where do I go from here? It's not like I can just pull up my GPS on my phone and like walk to Soy Cowboy. So I walked around for a little bit, not even thinking to like record anything because I'm in like head on, not on head on the swivel mode, bro, because I didn't feel pressed or like dangerous. Just like head on to like pay attention to where you at, because I don't know this country like that. I don't know the people like that, and I'm rolling solo. So like I wasn't even thinking to record, which is why I got no footage of it. Eventually I did find the street though, and as I'm walking down it, I'm like, oh, this is what y'all are hype about, bro. Like it was immediate. It was like, hey, come here. Hey, come here. Hey, come here. Hey, pretty. Hey, man. It was aggressive, but it wasn't mean aggressive. It was just like, yo, come do this. Yo, come do that. Yo, come try this. Yo, you do it. Like it just, the strip was like that. So again, I'm not thinking pull my phone out because like I'm just trying to get my wits about me. Like what the hell is happening on the street? And then also like the way that the street was set up, I was seeing a lot of lady boys, which again, I know it's like really popular in the culture, and hey, to everybody, do you, whatever makes you happy. But I didn't come to Bangkok to walk down a strip and just be like constantly like pulled by lady boys to go do some things. That's not what my vibe was. That's not why I wanted to go to Thailand. So also, I wasn't trying to pull out my phone and just record a bunch of lady boys pulling at me. So again, I didn't pull out my phone to record anything, but I did hit my home whip and I was like, yo, what the fuck street did you just send me down? What's going on right? Like, why am I not seeing nothing but lady boys today? Like, that's all that's outside right now. That's all trying to get me on a Friday night in Bangkok. This is where you see me. I think he might have sent me 4 laughing emojis and that was it. So I was like, I guess I'm just gonna make the best of the night. I ended up walking into a bar, like the first bar that's on the street. I wish I could remember the name of it because it was lit. The people was in there dope. I went to a little corner section and I just started drinking. I was like, I gotta do something, bro, because I'm not going back to my room. I just was in a plane for 23 hours. 4 of those hours, I didn't have no audio. So I'm just throwing back drinks. And then of course they've got like the go-go girls, the people who try to entertain you, and the host. And it was an older crowd that was in there for sure. Like it wasn't a lot of, I don't know, it wasn't a lot of 20-year-olds. It didn't even feel like it was a lot of 30-year-olds. It just felt like it was like older. Again, cool crowd, but they was all asking questions like, yo, why are you in here? Where your people at? What you doing? There was a live band. They sounded pretty good. You could request any song and they pretty much played it. I started buying rounds for the host, and the host had a girl that was like, she was like, yo, that girl wants to talk to you, but it was on like that go-go shit, like buy her drink so she can like fill up on you and you guys can discuss business. And I just wasn't into that type of time. So I just bought them drinks to just, you know, have drinks flowing, because it was also not empty, but it wasn't a lot of people really spending money like that. And I'm like, yo, I'm in y'all's country. I know, you know, the way these streets work, these strips work, y'all make y'all's money off of tourists, bro. So I'm not here to like stop y'all's grind. I'm not gonna be the dude that's just sitting here not spending no money, bro. Like we can drink it up and have a good time. So, you know, we had a couple drinks and whatnot, and then as it got close to like 2 a.m. or something like that, I was like, all right, I'm gonna peace out, because the spot was closing, even though they was like, no, you can stay, even though we're lowering the shutters right now, you can stay in here and chill and we'll just all have a vibe. And I just wasn't on that type of time, bro. A different time, maybe I would have been like, yo, let's turn up. But that night I was like, I'm still trying to see what else is out here. And they'd already told me earlier in the night that right across from me was a club that was open till like 5 or 6 a.m. That was called, I think Nanas. I think it was Nanas. It was like a spot where you like went upstairs, lobby area, you pay here, and then you go into a back room and there's like a little small club bar type deal going on. So I went over to Nana's, paid my entrance fee, and it was lit. I ain't gonna lie. The music was more my vibe. It was more hip hop feel. Everybody was a lot more relaxed. Like nobody was really on no try to work you over vibe. Everybody was either in there with their people or they were just vibing to the music. So I really liked it up in Nana's, had a really good time. And then that was kind of that night. Then we're gonna move to the next night. So the next day, I think, is when the jet lag actually hit me, because I think I left the club at like 5 or 6 a.m. Daytime, I'm thinking I'll get a few hours of sleep, and then I'm gonna get outside. I'm gonna see Bangkok during the day. Like, that's the goal. Sheesh. That jet lag hit me like Hulk smash, bro. I stayed in that bed until like 8, 9 p.m.
All right, that's one meal down. That was really good. I enjoyed that. I asked for medium on the tenderloin. That definitely wasn't medium, but that's fine though, because it still tasted good. And potatoes, it's just hard to mess up potatoes. It's hard to make potatoes taste like air. Damn good. That sweet cake right there. I'm about to go into sugar coma. I need to go outside and explore Bangkok, but yeah, I feel the itis hitting hard. That and the 23-hour flight, 24-hour flight, whatever. It's all hitting at once. So it's 4 o'clock, but I need a nap. Bad. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'll see y'all then.
I know I went to sleep with the sun was up, woke up when the sun was down. I woke up for a little bit actually to get something to eat. I didn't even go back out that night because I was like, I just don't feel like I said, that strip was so kind of disorienting to me, where I was like, yo, what is the vibe for this street? Like, what type of time are we on? This is not what I wanted to see when I came to Bangkok. That I didn't go back out. I was like, I'm just gonna wait till I meet up with everybody the next day before. Okay, so this is the second leg of the trip, going to Phuket. We didn't make it, or I did make it to Bangkok. Here's the problem. There was nothing good to show. I just had nothing. What I saw,
What are you doing?
didn't need to be recorded. The point is, I didn't see anything that was worth recording. I don't think y'all would want to see what I saw there on and on that street. But I'm gonna come back to Bangkok and do it right, because I feel like there's a lot of things to see. But look what I found though.
You eat fish today, bro?
I found a little bro walking around. He was lost. He looked a little homeless. I was like, let me adopt this little kid, man. Let me make him feel comfortable in a country where there's not a lot of us that look like this, man. So that's what I'm doing right now. I'm out here saving the youth. And then he's gonna play with some tigers, because apparently somebody told him that they raised the tigers since they was babies, so they're not gonna hurt you. Also, they also told him that because the monks raised them since they was babies, if something goes wrong, don't worry, the monk is gonna be there.
He gonna be there.
He'll be there. I guess he'll be there to tell the police what you used to look like.
Look at this shit! I've never seen this.
I guess I could zoom in, huh? Watch it say Negro. Our flight was like something like I think we were supposed to leave at like 1 or 2, something kind of early to get to Phuket around 3, where there still should have been a lot of time left in Phuket to see some daylight. Once I also meet up with my brother at that point. Like, he was also at the airport to fly to Phuket, so I meet up with my brother. We go through the whole, check-in and everything like that, waiting on the plane. As we're sitting there waiting, we got an update. Here's the update. Ed noticed that there's no plane outside, right? Because there was no plane outside and there were no people boarding, I thought he was tripping and that there was no issue. But then he also pointed out that we were supposed to board 20 minutes ago. No, that's a good point. There's no plane, there's no people, and we're supposed to board 20 minutes ago. So we walked around until we found somebody to speak to, and they looked at me like I was stupid. They were like, you don't see that your gate is right there? And I was like, yes, I do, but we haven't boarded yet, and there's no plane. And she was like, there's planes right there. She was talking about the planes that are already out there, not our plane. Then the sign that's right in front, right there, clearly says delayed. Clearly says delayed. Walk right by it. Clearly says delayed by 2 hours. This is the 3rd day that I've been in Bangkok, in Thailand, and I have yet to be able to go outside and do anything during the sun, because every day has been full of freaking traveling, and then the jet lag, and holy shit, you need 3 weeks booked before you can do anything out here. 3 weeks. It's fine. We'll get there at 5. We'll get there when the sun is going down. So, more nightlife. Can't wait to drink on day 3.
นี่คือเข็มขัดนิรภัย The fasten insert the metal tip into the buckle and tighten buckle strap วิธีรัดเข็มขัดให้สอดหัวเข็มขัดทั้งสองข้างเข้าด้วยกันปรับสายรัดให้พอดีตัว Fasten เพื่อจุดวัดวิธีปลดเข็มขัดให้ยกหัวเข็มขัดด้านบนขึ้น
I'm tired. In Phuket. Oh, I fell asleep. That was an hour, but I think it was an hour and we still ain't get no drink. That's the crazy part to me. Okay, so we found a taxi outside of The whole, damn, my brain's fried. Where are we at? Phuket. Found a taxi. We're gonna take it for, he wanted 1,000 baht, because apparently our hotel is really far. One of the apps says 700 baht. So we met in the middle and did 800 baht. That's what we're gonna do. But apparently this hotel is like an hour away. I swear this trip has been more traveling than seeing anything. It's, oh my God. So we have today and tomorrow. It's already, because our first flight was delayed. We were supposed to get here at 3. We got here at 6. An hour to get to the resort means it's gonna be like 8. So the sun's gonna be down. So again, we're not gonna get to see any of the daylight to do anything. We stay at this resort for 2 days, today and tomorrow. But on Tuesday, we have to be up at like 7 to come back to this hotel, to go back to Bangkok, to travel to Koh Samui, so we can get to Koh Phang Nang. Which means tomorrow we can't even really stay up late because we're gonna be in bed if we're gonna get up in time to get back down here to do more traveling. A week is not enough time. It's all traveling. At least hopping between islands. You should just pick one.
But listen, it's him and his friends, bro.
Okay, all right. I thought he had something introspective
they didn't
to say.
plan shit. They didn't plan shit, bro.
They didn't even tell us what the hell was wrong with the plane. Is that a dust storm coming in? I can't flip the camera. Does that not look like a fucking dust storm?
Look at the guy outside standing trying to just look at the traffic.
Oh, right, and we can't move because everybody's blocked in over here. Like, he was parked in some area where I guess nobody can get out. So this is, what the fuck? But we ended up, you know, getting the price right with our taxi. He took us up there, and I'm just watching the sun fall on another day. And I'm like, in my head, this is when I'm starting to get a little frustrated because I'm like, okay, it's Sunday now. I have yet to be outside in Thailand during the day. I have not been outside to see anything like touristy or just normal day-to-day stuff in the sun yet. So I know I'm going out. I know there's no way in hell that I'm going to spend another night inside, but I am in the back of my head like, yo, I want to see some daytime-ish. We finally get up to the mountain resort. It's real. It's definitely not in the mountains. It's like up a hill away from Patong, where everything, the activity, the city life, the beach, and everybody is moving about is. This is more like secluded, almost more like a romantic family vibe, real quiet type. But it's a nice hotel. I can't front. Like, it was, you know, 24/7 buggy service. I got one of the dopest rooms because my brother had booked kind of like a basic room, and I booked a step above a basic room because, again, I believe in paying for comfort. So I'm gonna be on vacation. I'm gonna pay a little extra to get, you know, I want my ish to be nice. So I paid for the little extra room. We get there, we get the paperwork. Paperwork basically says me and my brother are paying the same price. Well, he knows that ain't right because he bought the basic room. He don't want the extra stuff. He argues with them, and eventually they're like, yo, my bad. We did overcharge you. What we're gonna do is we're gonna upgrade you a room. But what they didn't say is that they also upgraded me a room because they were booked up fully. So what they did is they took the room that I had booked and gave it to my brother and then took me up to the next level, which was the executive level. Man, that room was, I mean, when I walked in, I remember my brother, she was like, yo, she asked my brother, do you want to come see it with him? And he was like, yeah. And, you know, little padlock, open it with the key, walk into like your own little private villa, bro, with your own private pool that I never swam in because I just never had time. Kind of like a deck area that you could chill out on. Bed was nice, had some honeymoon stuff on it. I guess whoever was supposed to show up for the honeymoon did not show up for the honeymoon. It was just a nice room. Like, that was vibes. I would like to go back there and spend a week just doing that alone. Just a beautiful area. Anyway, as we get settled in our hotel, I hit my brother up like, yo, time to go meet everybody. Time to get outside. Time to get some things popping. So we go meet up with everybody. Wada wa, hoo hoo, everybody good, everybody having a good time. Yo, let's go have like a great night. It's Sunday. Let's turn up, which I love about that area, man. When you go to these places and you see that everybody is always on good times. Everybody is like, I ain't worried about the Monday 9 to 5. I'm not worried about going to work tomorrow. Like, let's just have a good night. So we went out, got some food, ate a little seafood spot. We did. Okay. No. Yeah, dead. Good? Oh, I gotta carry him?
No, I get to you.
Oh, okay. Thought I had to carry him. I think the seafood spot, again, I can't remember what I paid, but I feel like it was overpriced because you got a lobster, but you got no sides, bro. Like, even Red Lobster with his bum ass gives you some kind of sides, a salad, a bread, something. Ordered a lobster, and it was just the lobster, and it wouldn't even get no butter. You just ate the lobster, and it was good. I don't feel like what I paid. I feel like I could have got some salad. That's all I'm saying. But I ain't complaining. So after we got our food, we walked the strip a little bit. Strip was crazy. Lots of people outside. This is what I came to see. Not saying all I wanted to see, but when I said, let's go see a strip in Bangkok, I want to see more like this strip where it was like lights and music and everybody's having a good time and everybody's turned up and there's like dozens of bars on either side, couple clubs. Everything is just to the next level. And then, you know, you got the people that are also trying to sell you things left and right. But even their aggression wasn't the same as that strip that was Bangkok. Like Bangkok, again, it was nothing but ladyboys trying to pull me in different directions to go do all the same thing. Did shooting some guns a little bit, man. You know, I did my thing with the little BB gun and shit. You know what I'm saying? A little paper was shot up, you know. I'm just saying, I represented America. I'm just out here putting bullets in targets, no matter where we go, I'm just lethal like that. Anyway. We decided that we were gonna go check out a club, right, called Sugar Hip Hop Club, and my boy's girl that he was with, she's Thai, so she kind of knew the area, and I guess had heard about the club or was familiar with the club, and was like, "Yo, we're gonna mess with it." But, and this is something else I love about that culture they have of like just helping you out, like not. I ain't trying to be uppity. I'm not trying to close anything off. When we got to the club, we were trying to buy sections, and he allowed us to go in there and like actually check the club out first and be like, you know, do we want to buy this section? Is there a section that we like? Before we actually bought the section. You know, American clubs, hell no, you ain't doing that, bro. You're gonna get what you get, and you better hope it's a lit night or that you got a good section. Shit, a bar. You can't even go in a bar to be like, yo, can I just see if the bar is even good before I pay the $20 cover? Nah, bro, whatever's in here is in here, and it's usually dead. He let us in, they let me, I think it was just me actually, let me to go up in there, see what the club vibe was, checked it out. It was nice. It was playing good music, but the sections were more, they weren't even sections, they were tables, and they were in the back, and they were off to the side, and they just weren't a good vibe. So when I went back and told everybody what it was, we were just kind of discussing, we were like, let's wait until later in the night, because then he said the guy who was showing us around, or, you know, we were communicating with, who sold the sections, was like, if you wait later in the night, usually clears up. I get you in a real good spot, good price. So it's like, bet, let's do that. While we wait though, we're gonna go check out Illusion, which is more of an EDM club down the street. So we went, we got a section there, real nice, center stage, up on the second level, man. Just had a good time, bro. Like a vibe, like that club. I'm not a big EDM guy in terms of like I like hip hop mixing with my EDM, bro. Like I don't want straight EDM all damn night, because it's just, as my brother said in there, it's the same damn thing over and over again. You got to switch it up. You got to do something that gets people excited. We stayed up in there till about 4 or 5 a.m. and then they eventually come over and let you know, like, yo, the after party, it's open now. You can go back there. So everybody got up. They moved our bottles and everything over there for us. And it was actually kind of like a bigger area in terms of tables and sections for everybody to like sit down or stand at. And they had like a dance floor in the middle. And we stayed there till people started clearing out. Like homeboy and his girl cleared out pretty early on. And then my brother cleared out. And then it was just me and the other dude. And we stayed there till like 6, 7 a.m. When we came out, it wasn't sunrise, and sun was up. Like it was, man, you know that when the lights come on in the club and you look around and you just feel gross and you're like, damn, bro, like, I should not have stayed this late. That's what it felt like, but being outside, where it was workers coming out with their bags of laundry and opening their shops up, and he was like, yo, what is wrong with my degenerate ass? I should not have stayed out this late. So anyway, got back to the hotel, and again I messed up because now it's Monday. It's Monday, it's 7 a.m., and what do? I sleep the whole damn day away. And I'm thinking in my head, like, If somebody calls, I'll get up. If somebody's like, yo, we're getting up, we're going to go see the elephants, we're going to go see the tigers, we're going to go do something touristy, I got to get up and do it. Nobody called. Everybody was asleep. I don't think the first person woke up till like 5 p.m. and they went out and did their own thing. And then my other homeboy woke up at like 6, and that's when he hit me like, yo, time to get up, man. Time to go see something. And by see something, he meant it's time to go drink and party again because the sun is going down, so you can't do nothing else. And I'm just like, how the hell am I in Thailand? I've been here now Friday, Saturday, Sunday, but 4 days, and I ain't seen nothing in the sun yet. Mind you, the original plan was go to Bangkok, spend 2 days, go to Phuket, spend 2 days. Then me and my brother were going to peace out from the group. We were going to go back to Bangkok to go to Koh Samui, to go to Koh Phang Nong. I can't say that name. It's something else. But Koh Phang Nong, where the Full Moon Festival was happening. So this was technically our last day in Phuket. And then we're going to have to get up super early in the morning, like 4 a.m. to go down to the airport in Phuket, catch that back to Bangkok and do that whole thing. And then we were going to get to, I think, Koh Phang Nong in the middle of the day, something like 3 or 4. And then pretty much stay up all day because the Full Moon Festival is supposed to be all night into the next day. Did not do that because as we were standing there, as we went to a restaurant and we were eating, I was like, it's just too much traveling. Yeah, so we were at the restaurant. Restaurant was really good vibes. And as we were sitting there chilling, my homeboy kept making jokes that me and my brother were about to be on another plane, traveling again, while everybody else was like, I think they had scheduled a tour the next day to like go hit a bunch of islands and the beaches and be swimming. And just that shit sounded so good. And so much better than staying on a plane, even if it was to go to a festival. So I ended up talking to my brother, and I was just like, yo, we gotta stay. Like, if you're cool with it, let's just eat whatever we spent on the hotel out there. We hadn't bought the tickets because you bought the tickets at the actual festival, and let's just extend our night out here and just enjoy Phuket with the rest of the group. So that's what we ended up doing. Now we really lit because in our heads we like, oh yeah, we about to go turn up again tonight because we wouldn't have been able to turn up that night because I'm not staying up again till 7 a.m. to get up at hell, I wouldn't even be able to get up. It would have been straight from the club to the airport. I'm not doing it. So everybody's excited. Let's go to the airport. Meanwhile, there are those of us in the group. How do I put this? The previous night on the strip, we had been approached. Everybody gets approached by the same person who's also on the same show, the Ping Pong show, which I think we had an idea of what it was about, but I don't know. I don't think anybody really knew what the hell it was about, but we were interested. We're like, we're here. I think somebody had been told at work that their boss had went and seen it, and they were like, yo, it's a show you got to see. It's the wildest ish ever. So we were like, yo, we're definitely down to see it. But my homeboy had his girl with him, and I was like, if we do it, we got to like let them go get settled at the club we were going to go to that night first, and then break off for just a bit, go see the show and come back, right? Because you're not trying to, I think we all thought it would be awkward to put her in that situation to go see that show if she wasn't feeling it. Not knowing that she was going to be the one that ends up leading the charge, because as we go to the strip, where I'm texting with the club promoter, letting him know like, hey, we're going to that hip hop club tonight. We want a good section. He's got us bet. We're walking down the strip and we get approached again by the same lady, and she's like, yo, come see the ping pong show. Come see the ping pong show. And we're like, okay, we will, but like not right now. We don't want to. And she's determined. Like, she was on some like car salesman type energy because she would not go away. And she followed our group like from the beginning of the street to midway in the street. And then eventually the homeboy and his girl picked up on it, and they turned around and they started talking to her. And I don't know what magic shit she said to them, but they were like, yo, we gotta go see this ping pong show. And I wish somebody would have came in right then and been like, don't you fucking go to that damn show. Don't go anywhere near that club. Oh man, if things would have turned out so much differently had somebody just like swooped in right then and there and stopped that, or if she had tripped over a rock and like hadn't followed us all the way. We would have went to the club, would have had a good time, would have been a fine night, but we didn't. That's not what happened. She convinced them that we need to go see this show, and they were like, yo, let's go. And I was like, fuck it, let's go. So you go over to this spot, you walk up like a bunch of stairs, and then you get to a little landing area where they take your money, all cash, and it's something like 2,000, 3,000, no, it's like 1,800 baht. It's a good amount of baht per person. So I ended up paying for me and my brother. Everybody else pays their tickets. And they're like, you have to turn off your phones, which in my head, I'm like, that makes sense. You're going into a spot where like some debaucherous stuff is going down. You should probably have to turn off your phone. Everybody turns off their phone. And then they're like, are you ready? And we're like, yo, we're ready. And they start leading us in the back. You go into an area where there's a bunch of pool tables, empty, dead, nobody's there. And there's some curtains, and you can kind of see through the curtains a little bit of light, some like neon lights. And they pull back the curtains, and they lead you into this room that's shaped basically like a strip club. It's got a setup of a strip club. There's a stage, and there's like a pole, and nobody was on that stage at this point. So they're leading us in the front of everybody. Mind you, all we did was pay our basic entrance fare. All we wanted to do was go and watch the show and be done, out of there, go hit up Sugar, have a good night at the hip hop club. So they lead us through the front of everybody, and then they take us up these steps, and the steps are leading to this back row section that have like these nice couches. I'm peeping what's happening around me, and I should have been peeping more about like what they were doing for us. This was rookie dumb mistake on my part. Everybody else is sitting at like normal round tables, chilling with their people. We're getting escorted up to this back row VIP section that nobody's asked for. All we did was pay our normal ticket price. They take us back there. One of my homeboys, the one that's with his who brought the girl, is gone to the bathroom. So we all sit down, and I mean immediately within sitting down, 3 girls pop up, all in like bikinis, and they walk over to not bikinis, like lingerie basically. And they come over and they sit beside my brother, and they sit beside the other homeboy. None of them sit beside me, and I think it's because at this point the girl is sitting beside me, so they think that she's with me. So the girls are sitting there and they're talking with my brother, sitting with the homeboy, and they're being real flirtatious and laughing. And I'm thinking, oh, cool, we got a really good spot. We can see the stage, and like there's some entertainment from my homeboy and my brother. Like, this is gonna be a good time. We're gonna enjoy the fucking ping pong show. Why my damn ghetto sensor, radar, whatever, did not turn on at this point, I don't know. And then the homeboy comes back, and he sits down beside his girl, and he peeps as well that we're in a nice section, and that, like, you know, there are girls there at the table. And oh, before he even comes back, I should mention that like shots that came out, like tequila shots that came out, and they had given them to the girls. And I remember, like, I'm staring at the stage waiting for the show to pop off, and then I look over, and somebody's taking like titty shots off the girl. Like, somebody's like taking a shot off the girl's nipple, and I'm like, oh, okay, cool. And then my homeboy shows up, and then he, you know, sits down beside his girl, and then they're talking, and then that's when I think when the girl notices is like, oh, he's not talking to her, like he's by himself too. So she comes over and sits by me. And I'm like, again, all I want to do is watch the show. But she introduces herself to me, and I introduce myself to her, and it's like, okay, cool. Focus back on the show. And then at some point she taps my shoulder, and she's like, you mind if I sit on your lap? Again, I'm in your country, bro. Like, I'm trying to like not be the stick in the mud. I ain't trying to ruin nobody's vibe, bro. Like, fuck yeah, okay, you know it's cool. Yeah, you can sit on my lap. That's cool. So she sits in my lap. That's cool. Then she's like, yo, you want a shot? And I'm like, well, you know, I'm in Thailand, we're drinking, might as well get a shot. So I was like, okay, yeah, no, I'll do a shot. So we take a shot. And then 4 more girls pop up. And now I'm like, this is getting weird, because my homeboy and his girl have they've moved over a table. They're no longer at our table. They moved over a table, and our table is so just like, it's like, at this point, 5, 6, 7, 8 girls deep. And they're all laughing and giggling and flirtatious. And like, I'm not getting upset, but I'm like, I can't even really see the show anymore. I just see backs of girls. And I'm like, how does this work? How am I going to see the ping pong thing if I'm just seeing backs of girls? And then another girl comes over, and she's got like a rack of shots. None of the people that I'm with have asked for these shots. They've just miraculously appeared, and they're set down on the table, and I'm looking at them, and then underneath them I'm seeing a placard. It's been covered up slightly, but it says something like 20 and then like Baht, and then I think I see the word shot or something like that, and in my head something clicks. I'm like, oh, wait a minute, these shots cost money. And so, mind you, I've only had 1 shot at this point. Another girl comes and sits down beside me, and she introduces herself, and she's like, you mind if I sit on your lap? And I was like, no, I'm good. Like, I don't want you to sit on my lap. I've already got the 1. I just want to see the damn show. And then more girls come. Now it's something like 12 girls at this damn table, and homeboy and his girl, they've gotten up and they moved down with everybody else in the center with like the regular tables. And I'm peeping that they've got an extra seat that's beside them that's empty. And I'm like, y'all want to be down there. This was cool when it was just a couple girls. Now it's like, it's giving up a whole different type of energy, bro. Nothing bad. I just didn't want to be around it. I just wanted to see the damn show. So I get up, I tell everybody, yo, like, I'm sorry, like, I'm gonna go. And I stand up and I hop over the table and I think I knock over like 2 shots or something like that. And I turn around, I'm like, yo, I'm sorry, my bad. And then I just leave. I don't even go sit down beside my homeboy and his girl. I just leave that whole little section of roped out club area and go to the bathroom. And so I'm in the bathroom, washing my hands, like clearing my face. Part of me is like, I'm hoping some of the dudes moved and like cleared that whole thing out, or they've just decided like, yo, we don't really want to stay here. Let's go. So I wait for about 2 minutes outside the bathroom. Nobody comes out and I'm like, all right, let me peek my head back in. I'll go and sit down beside my homeboy and his girl if it's still crazy over there. I peep my head back in and my brother and the other homeboy are surrounded. I mean, like all 13, 14, however many girls have them cornered at the desk where like it's a bar, but also a spot for you to pay at. So there were some other dudes that were already there that they were paying for something. And then my brother. And so like, I'm like, what the hell is going on? So I go over to my brother and I'm like, yo, what? And as soon as I go to speak to him, a girl puts her hand in my chest and she pushes me back. And I'm like, what the fuck is happening? And I push her out. I don't push her out, but I push her hand and I go to him. I'm like, yo, like, what is going on? He's like, yo, we got to pay. I was like, pay for what? And they're like, the shots cost. And I was like, wait, nobody asked for the shots. What are you talking about the shots cost? And then he was like, I don't know, bro. Like, and then he tries to explain it to me. He's like, I think that they want something like 9,000 baht or some crazy-ish like that. And like, I'm just like, in my head, it just explodes. And I'm like, what the are you talking about right now? And then the other guy, he's sitting there with a smile on his face. He's like, they got us. I'm like, what are you talking about? What? I left for like a minute. And I come back and y'all are getting like hustled right now. And he's like, yeah, man, all the things we did over there, like all of that cost. And so he ended up paying, I think like 9,000, even though I can't really get the full story from him at the moment, because every time I try to talk to him, they grabbing him by the arm and like yanking him over to the cat. Like they did not want me to talk to any of these dudes, bro. And it was really pissing me off because I was trying to talk to my little brother, like, and be like, yo, pay for what you did. Don't pay anything extra. But of course, those girls, they were wise. They'd been in the game obviously for a minute, and they were not trying to have him talk to anybody to make him pay less. And so they like yank him away. And then I'm like trying to tell them like, hey, explain to me exactly what he did and what he's paying for. And they couldn't even break down the math. And so I go, there's some guards that are talking over by the, to the dudes that were there originally. And I'm trying to tell them like, yo, your girls are tripping. They're like running down my brother and his friend right now, the homeboy right now. And the guards, bro, like they was on some demon time. Like they looked at me like, what? Like legit, like they wanted to fight. And I'm like, oh, I see what time it is. This is some shit where if you try to complain to the guards right now about what the girls are doing, they're almost like tempting you, daring you to hit them. Because if you do that, like you gonna get hemmed up. And so like I went over, I was like, yo, bro, your girls is tripping right now. And the motherfucker just yelled in my face, was like, yo, what? And I was like, all right, bet. Backed off of him, tried to talk to the, I don't even know if she was the madam or the cashier or what. She was counting the money. She's the one that was taking it. She won't even look you in the face, bro. Like her face stays down the entire time, says no words to you. So I'm like, oh, this whole fucking club is a scam. And that's when it peeped and I like light bulb moment went off in my head and I realized like, yo, they ran game. Nobody has to be put in that section. Nobody asked for those shots. But the moment we had paid for our stuff, that's exactly what they did. They put us in that section and then they just started sending shots and they made everybody pay and there was almost nothing you could do. So then it got to me and they was trying to make me pay 9,000 baht, the same that my brother and the other dude paid. And I said, for what? And they was like, well, you was talking to old girl and you took a shot. And I was like, I took one shot. I will pay for a shot that I bought this one girl. And then she was like, no, you buy me a shot, you buy her a shot, we make 5,000 baht. And I was like, I'm not paying no 5,000 baht, bro. And then it was back and forth. And then eventually I was like, yo, whatever I dig in my pocket and pull out is what I'm paying. And that's it. Dug in my pocket, I had $1,000 baht, put it on the counter, turned to walk. All of a sudden I'm grabbing in every damn direction, but what felt like 10 different fucking women. Everybody's yanking, trying to pull me back into the club. Then I got heated. I'm not gonna lie. I got a little mad at that point. Didn't hit nobody, but I did brush their arms off and I was like, what the fuck are you doing touching me? And then that's finally when the madam, whose head was down like this the She came around and she grabbed the girls and she was like, yo, let him go. Like, don't touch him. And then I got to get up out of there. And I was pissed, bro, because it was game. It was all scam. It was some of the nastiest ish I've ever seen. I'm not as mad about it now because not going to say I respect it, but I understand that we should have been wiser. We should have recognized from the very beginning when we were getting led up to a section that wasn't free. On top of like when the shots came out, I really should have been like, yo, what the hell is going down right now? But it left a nasty taste in my mouth because we were just there to watch a show. We paid our money just like everybody else. Didn't want no extra attention, nothing like that. Trying to be low key. And they just decided those are some marks, bro, and let's run game on them. And like I said, they got 9,000 out of my brother and old homeboy. And like I said, they also pressed. They was like, they made you feel like, I'll put it this way. At one point when I was talking to my brother and they like pushed him away from me and tried to get me away from him, I turned to look at the exit and one of the girls had posted up mean mugging style cross-armed to make it seem like you couldn't leave. So they were giving the impression that you were either gonna, pay or you was gonna have to, you was gonna have some problems. Anyway, I like I said, pushed myself out of the club, went downstairs, fuming, heated. I think my little brother followed me afterwards, a few seconds afterwards. He wasn't as mad. I don't know how he wasn't as mad because he definitely paid. And then I was kind of done with the strip. I was tired of the nightlife, and I was like, yo, like, let's just go find like a regular fucking bar, like with some like, honestly, on like some just American time, bro. I was like, yo, find me the tourist bar where there's just nothing but fucking people from other countries right now, because like I can't deal with this whole money. It just felt grubby, bro. It just felt like everybody was like hand in your pocket trying to get something out of you. And as we're walking down the strip, the same people are coming up to you again. Ping pong show. And I'm like, you motherfuckers, bro. We just had ran on us in that spot, and there's still more people trying to get us to go back in there. So we found like a little spot at the end of the strip that was real quiet, real low key, sitting there drinking beer. Eventually, the other homeboy joins us with the dude and his girl, and they over there, they laugh and they had a good time because they had sat down and they watched the whole thing. Not one of them decided to get up and go see what the hell was going on. So he sits down and he's laughing and he's like, oh, what happened over there, man? I looked over, it looked crazy. Tried to explain it to him. He not even trying to listen. He like, yeah, anyway, so we going back to the club, man? Like, we gonna go turn up? And I'm like, nigga, do you not just hear what the fuck I just said? That just happened at the club? Like, what gang was just running us right now? You talking about some damn club? So he was upset because I told him, like, basically, fuck that club. I'm not going nowhere tonight. I didn't even say he was upset. He was just like, damn, bro, like, I really wanted to go out. So him and his girl ended up going to the club by themselves. I drank. My brother drank. I think old homeboy, once he saw how much he had really spent, like how much they had really taken from him, they said that he got up, or my brother said that he had got up and he like went home. He was like, that's it for the night. Because I think they ended up spending like $200 or something like that on some shots they didn't ask for.